When it comes down to automotive enthusiasts making mistakes, you can pretty much probably just look back and recollect on your young life, like that one time you took off your oil cap after driving for 45 minutes because you wanted to check something out. Apparently, that's what you do. Or stomping on it, you know, the accelerator, because the car, you know, is chugging along, and you thought just sending it would somehow fix your timing issue. Or maybe you just decided to purchase someone else's halfway finished build. It's a little too real, that one. Either way, we make mistakes because either we don't know any better or because we're just willing to risk it for the biscuit. All right, I'm Alex, Alex.fi on Instagram, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about a platform that is, by definition, either a purchase you made by complete accident before researching, or you said to yourself, I'm willing to take that calculated risk, and I'm not that bad at math, okay? We're bringing you the Triangle Heavy, the Need for Speed exclusive, the talk of the 2000s, the Mazda RX-8. And if you're just jumping into this channel for the first time ever, or you're a tease that's just scared of commitment, just press the damn subscribe button so we can keep making banging videos like this. And if you're looking for aftermarket wheels, tires, or suspension, be sure to check out fitmentindustries.com, where we have it all, either for your newly acquired Mazda RX-8 or otherwise, because seriously, that's what we do. It's why there's 9,000 pounds of wheels on the wall behind me, or maybe you just want to pick up one of these cool dad hats, brother. They're on the website. Look at that. The Toyota RX-8 was a car that had all the recipes for success. It was the next generation of the RX lineup from Mazda, who had recently inherited quite a bit of
money
by Ford, like a lot of it. And really, to make the history short, this gave Mazda this thing that they were looking for, this little bit of tough time acquiring in the old USA style thing. It's currency. They wanted it, they got it from Ford, and Mazda began to see the resurgence of the import and tuner modifications begin to explode in the late 90s from their friends down the road, like Nissan, Toyota, and Mitsubishi. You see, at the time, Mazda really only had the Miata in their little lineup, which, although it was a happy little guy, wasn't really what they wanted to solely focus on for their sports car market segment. So Mazda brought a little bit of sugar from the previous generation RX-7, a little bit of spice from the Mazda Cosmo, and a little bit of everything nice from the prototype variant of the RX-7 from 1995 to now to come up with the good old RX-8. The car had to fight to be made. The world was moving to SUVs, and although it jumped from nickname to prototype, it survived. At one point, it was even called the Gokaburi car. That's terrible, but it means cockroach car. Don't tell your friends that one, okay? But it's something that you need to know. When the car finally reached a point of production, Mazda made the requirement that the successor needed to be 4 doors. And so the designers, they made it so. It featured these little unique suicide doors that made it have 4 seats. It featured the design cues from Akio Maeda, the son of Saburo Maeda, the lead designer of the original RX-7. So bad with names, and I'm sorry, it's the accent and it's the fact that I'm trying, okay? The car had 50-50 weight distribution, plastic exterior pieces to save weight and or money, and the iconic Wankel rotary engine that made its successor such a prominent car in the automotive scene. It featured carbon fiber goodies to keep the driveshaft's rotational mass low, and had a sophisticated suspension system that had a combination of a double wishbone and multi-link. And guess what? It worked. When the first generation came out, the world paused. What is this? Said you, okay?
What's a Wankel?
All right, who's rotary? All right, why are Dorito chips so popular all of a sudden? What's a MySpace? The first generation RX-8 came in a few limited models, either a 4-port or 6-port Renesis, which is either kept you around 190 and 240 horsepower. There were automatic and manual transmissions that were available for the car, depending on the trim and the power. Over the next few years, the RX-8 would see about 9 million different trims. depending on what country you watch Cartoon Network in, because honestly, Mazda if you had a Pulse, they would make a special edition car for you. And truly, the car was everywhere, and it was received pretty well. People praised the driving quality, the balance, the high revving nature of the car, while also being spacious enough for more than 1.5 people that you could only fit in a Miata. There was a wee bit of an issue between 2004 and 2008 where the Mazda had to suffer from a warranty extension program. Not that big deal whatsoever, but we'll get into it. It's not a biggie, everyone. Just let's keep her moving, okay? We're not going to talk about it right now. In 2008, the RX-8 would receive a makeover with some decent changes to itself to keep people interested in the triangle happy car. Had better headlights, more rigidity, okay? Added an oil port to the wankle, and it changed last gear to overall make it quicker, more responsive, and better connected to the ground. Unfortunately, we really wouldn't see the RX-8 stay alive too much longer because it didn't meet the emission standards of Europe in 2010, all right? A little bit of a short stop, that one. Shortly after, Mazda would call it quits for the Japanese models and USA as well. The second generation was still a banger, all right? But the interest in the model would inevitably leave it to be less desirable than their happy little counterpart. The one that used to have the... Doesn't help when your car doesn't meet a massive requirement to sell in an entire continent, but you know what? It's a wankle, all right? Everyone only seems to remember giving the RX-8 a bad rep for its reliability, but during its heyday, it earned quite a few trophies to put up in its garage, including Japanese Car of the Year, Australia Wheels Car of the Year. It ran and won Singapore's Car of the Year, US Best Sports Car, UK Best Sports Car, top 10 list from Car and Driver, third best handling car for less than $100,000, and even a few others. But we're done with telling you that information because we're done telling history, all right? We're here to give you spark notes. We're here not to give you the whole exam. That's enough to get you a solid B+ on your next automotive history test, and we're okay with that because you got to get through college. We're here to talk about you wanting to own one of these Pythagorean theorem-looking cars, okay? So you want a Mazda RX-8. We'll put down the internet thread about you arguing about LS swaps, and let's just jump in. The RX-8 is a tough kid, okay? Not every parent is gonna be able to handle it, and you need to know if you're really, truly ready. There's an individual his name was a Cursed X, and the internet probably put it best to review his own RX-8, and he said, because in the hands of the most people, even the most skilled auto enthusiasts, an RX-8 is like a metal Dorito whirling time bomb, just waiting to blow up someone's wallet, time, and general love of automobiles. I really couldn't say it better than that. The RX-8 is truly a nimble car. It makes even the most avid enthusiast feel like a pro. It's decent to work on and it gets the job done. As stated before by many people, it's one of the best cars and worst cars to probably own. The motors have a tendency to explode. Coil packs just don't like to live. The catalytic converter constantly tries to strangle the motor. The wiring was done by a 70s Datsun engineer, and the transmissions refuse to keep all their gears for more than 70,000 miles. And these are just really the big items. There's a barrage of tiny little quirks and features that are really kind of make the RX-8 a difficult car that more than likely keep it off the road and more likely in your garage. And at the end of the day, it's not really where you want it. But that does not mean you can't or shouldn't own one. You see, RX-7 and RX-8 owners are a special breed. They're like that kid that gets hit with the ball and just goes, yeah, yeah. You know that one that I'm talking about? They just love abuse. They thrive off of it. They enjoy the struggle, the toughness of it. They're just like film photographers. They love to do it because it's hard, okay? But the reward can sometimes sort of be worth it. Half the reward, to be honest, is just telling everyone that you drive a rotary, but that's besides the point. When the cars do behave, they're fantastic. They look pretty good. They feel great. They rev to 1,000,000 RPMs. They look fantastic with BBSs or work wheels. Put them on some Toyos, which is pretty much what everybody runs on these, and some tame coilovers, and you're set. If you want to get them from fitmentindustries.com, that helps. And some aesthetic stuff to pretty much make it pull everything together, and you got a good looking wankle car. But just like those disclaimers you hear in the medicine commercials that apparently only seem to air in the USA, the Mazda RX-8 should probably require an asterisk on every single Craigslist ad you see. Mazda RX-8 are not a substitute for a daily driver. Mazda RX-8 can and may cause additional side effects, such as losing 10 millimeters, frequent heartache, migraines, nausea, anger, and potential sadness. Mazda RX-8 should only be used 2 times per week and during normal business hours. Taking Mazda RX-8s outside of the recommended time frame may result in late night phone calls and towing fees. Do not take Mazda RX-8 if you're pregnant or may become pregnant, as Mazda RX-8s may cause additional stress. If you cannot operate your Mazda RX-8 after 2 attempts, call a doctor and inform them that the motor is flooded, as that always seems to be the case. In all honesty, RX-8s are just like any other unique car. Be nice to it, love it, and when you do modify it, especially with those wheels, tires, and suspension from your boys, Fitment.com, you can at least be disappointed when it's sitting in your garage for the 3rd month straight, but it looks damn good. It looks neat.
For the 2 years I've had my RX-8, I've never had a single problem with it. Until now.
It's honestly a good car. It's just one of those difficult ones, and if you do end up picking one up, I bless your heart and I wish you the best of luck. What do you think about Mazda RX-8s? Were we a little mean, or was it a little bit of a fair trade? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to let us know what car you'd like to see us cover next. If you have an aftermarket Mazda RX-8, add it to our gallery at fitmentindustries.com/ad, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm Alex from Fitment Industries, and we will see you later. Peace.